We ask God a lot of questions. Why do bad things happen? Why is there only one way to heaven? Why are some people who follow you hypocrites? Why don't you make it more obvious that you are God? God invites questions. These questions haunt some. For others, the questions create confusion and stall their faith journey. For others, these questions deepen their faith as they wrestle them through with God. But the line between us and heaven is not one way. Hi, my name is John Beeson. Welcome to the Beehive. Did you ever consider that God might have questions for you? What questions does God have for us? When God put on flesh and dwelt among us, he offered answers, to be sure, but he asked many questions as well. What questions did Jesus ask that we need to answer? As we look at the questions Jesus asks, we find that most of his questions have to do with who he is and what he has done. He also asks questions about our motives and our sin. Listen to these questions Jesus asks us. First, he asks us about our worries. And which of you, being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? Matthew 6:27. And why are you anxious about clothing? Matthew 6:28. And if you who are not able to do a small thing as that, why are you anxious about the rest? Luke 12:26. Jesus also asks us about our relationships. For if you love those who love you, what reward do you have? Matthew 5:46. Why do you see the speck that's in your brother's eye, but you do not notice the log that's in your own eye? Matthew 7:3. Who is my mother and who are my brothers? Matthew 12:48. How can you believe when you receive glory from one another and do not seek the glory that comes from the only God? John 5:44. Third, Jesus asks us about our obedience. Why do you ask me about what is good? There is only one who is good. If you would enter life, keep the commandments. Matthew 19:17. Then are you also without understanding? Do you not see that whatever goes into a person from the outside cannot defile him, since it enters not his heart but his stomach and is expelled? Mark 7:18 and 19. Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do what I tell you? Luke 6:46. Did not he who made the outside make the inside also? Luke 11:40. If then you have not been faithful in unrighteous wealth, who will entrust you to the true riches? Luke 16:11. Put your sword into its sheath. Shall I not drink the cup that the Father has given me? John 18:11. Fourth, he asks us if we understand him. Can the wedding guests mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? Matthew 9:15. Do you believe I am able to do this? Matthew 9:28. How can someone enter the strong man's house and plunder his goods unless he first binds the strong man? Matthew 12:29. Who do people say that the Son of Man is? Matthew 16:13. But who do you say that I am? Matthew 16:15. You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I am able to drink? Matthew 20:22. Why are you discussing the fact that you have no bread? Do you not yet perceive or understand? Are your hearts hardened? Having eyes do you not see, having ears do not hear, and do you not remember? Mark 8:17 and 18. And will not God give justice to his elect, who cry to him day and night? Luke 18:7. Was it not necessary that the Christ should suffer these things and enter into his glory? Luke 24:26. If I had told you earthly things and you do not believe, how can you believe if I tell you heavenly things? John 3:12. Which one of you convicts me of sin? If I tell you the truth, why do you not believe me? John 8:46. Do you not understand what I have done to you? John 13:12. Have I been with you so long and you still do not know me? John 14:9. Fifth, he asks about our faith. Why are you afraid, O you of little faith? Matthew 8:26. O you of little faith, why did you doubt? Matthew 14:31. Do you not yet perceive? Matthew 16:9. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul? Matthew 16:26. O faithless and twisted generation, how long am I to be with you? How long am I to bear with you? Matthew 17:17. You serpents, you brood of vipers, how do you escape being sentenced to hell? Matthew 23:33. Is a lamp brought in to be put under a basket or under a bed and not on a stand? Mark 4:21. Why does this generation still seek a sign? Mark 8:12. Where is your faith? Luke 8:25. When the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth? Luke 18:8. But if you do not believe Moses' writings, how will you believe my words? John 5:47. Do you want to go away as well? John 6:67. Which of you convicts me of sin? If I tell you the truth, why do you not believe me? John 8:46. Everyone who lives and believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this? John 11:26. Sixth, he asks about our hearts. Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Matthew 7:16. Why do you think evil in your hearts? Matthew 9:4. You brood of vipers, how can you speak good when you are evil? Matthew 12:34. Why do you put me to the test, you hypocrites? Matthew 22:18. Could you not watch with me 1 hour? Matthew 26:40. Why do you question these things in your hearts? Mark 2:8. For who is the greater, the one who reclines at the table or the one who serves? Is it not the one who reclines at the table? Luke 22:27. What are you seeking? John 1:38. Do you want to be healed? John 5:6. Do you love me? John 21:16. What questions is God asking you today? Is he asking you what is preventing you from trusting me? Is he asking you, what are you trusting? Is he asking you, why are you disobeying me? Listen for Jesus' voice. He not only hears our questions, he asks his own.